and Randy Moss, without even really being able to run, as he shoots the moon to the
pass, pumps to the left, 8 seconds left. He gets away from the pressure, fires to the end zone. It's caught! It's Greg Lewis! Oh my heavens! Greg Lewis's first catch has given the Minnesota.
Four, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hey, what's up, Minnesota Vikings fans? Welcome into another show of House Calls with Skulldog, brought to you by Minnesota Sports Talk. Joining me, as always, my partner, Dave. But we have a special guest tonight. We're welcoming Drew all the way out from D.C. to be our special guest tonight, joining us doing a little mock draft. And Drew, welcome to the show. How are you, my friend?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I appreciate y'all for having me on, man, once again.
It's Drew, the draft guru.
There you go.
Your new name.
Drew's ready. He scouted all 7 rounds of prospects over.
He knows
everybody's.
He never knows all their middle names.
He knows their RAS scores, their height, their weight. He's ready to go.
Yeah,
Hand
we
size.
do it now, man. Let's get it.
I mean, we're excited, man. This is our first mock draft of the season. It's draft season. That's how Dave actually first met me. I think our first show, you had me on as a guest. I was talking about these quarterbacks.
We had you on a mock draft on the school experience, and you came prepared, man.
Yeah, I was talking up Drake May and JJ McCarthy, Jaden Daniels, and you're like, holy cow, this guy actually put time into it. And look at us now. We have our own show. So, Drew,
it cuts people open.
You'll get your own show, baby.
What the hell?
Look, you set the bar kind of high, man. Hopefully I can live up to it, man.
Oh, you're good, dude. So, first thing I want to start the show off tonight was that there was a interesting mock draft put out there by Daniel Jeremiah. And in my opinion, Daniel's one of those guys where you need to keep an eye on his mock drafts because he tends to set trends because he's talking to people in the NFL and he's not just out there with the group think, spitting out the same mock that you see over and over with maybe 10 different selections sprinkled here and there. Daniel's connected. And so the trend that he set today was he had 3 running backs going in that first round, and he had the Minnesota Vikings taking one of those backs. So, of course, Ashton Genty, I believe, went to the Cowboys. Second running back, I don't remember who it was going second, but he had Travion Henderson going to the Vikings at 24, which is a guy we haven't really seen in the first round yet too often. But when DJ, puts that up there into the stratosphere, I feel like you got to listen. So what were your guys' reactions? We'll start with Drew to the Vikings staying put at 24 and taking a running back.
So to me, I do like Travion Henderson. I feel like he's going to be a really, really good player. He's well-rounded, but I just feel like with the current roster construction and our lack of draft capital, I feel like it's going to be hard for them to, in my opinion, select a running back with the 24th pick unless it's Genty. Like, I just feel like it's going to be hard for them to pick anybody else there, given our other needs in our current roster construction.
I mean, that's obviously the need, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. To get more picks, and we haven't done very well.
No,
we haven't done very well. Building our team through the draft, but we've been hitting it out of the park with free agency. That's one of those things. If we do knock it out of the park with free agency, sometimes we can take a luxury pick. We didn't need Adrian Peterson, right? We didn't need him. We had 1,000-yard. We had a 1,200-yard rusher. We were set, but he just was, obvious difference maker. But I did look at Travion Henderson after you told me to, that you're going to want to talk about him, and it's surprising. The best thing about him, forget how good a runner he is and how explosive he is. Balance. He's all legs, it seems. Just he's hard to, he bounces off people, he's stop and go. It's great. And then the breakaway speed, the way he blocks is ridiculous.
Yeah.
He just smokes players.
Yeah.
And that's just something we kind of need, that all around player. And we do got that with Cam Akers, but he's kind of like an upgraded Cam Akers, because Cam Akers is a well-rounded player, but the start and stop and the explosiveness, the bouncing, be able to cut and go and all that is just more pronounced. He just seems more athletic than Cam Akers. So the fact that he can block just makes it really intriguing. For this, and then it's if we do well in free agency and get the guards we need, get the D tackle we need, get the cornerbacks we need. Yeah, it'd be hard to pass up a really good running back like this.
I've seen comps to Dalvin Cook in terms of Travion Henderson. Did you see some
That's
of
the first thing I thought of,
Yeah.
except for maybe better blocking, and then I think Dalvin Cook probably had more top end speed.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very, very similar.
The burst is there. Like, that's the word.
Yeah.
I like him a lot. He's very explosive. I would be fine with the pick as long as they address the needs that we have in free agency as far as on the interior offensive line. But I mean, I don't know. I like Henderson. I like Judkins. I like a couple guys. So
remember how bad the pick was that when Lions took a running back?
Oh, God. Yeah,
no,
I hammered him.
Though I love that pick. I was kind of mad.
Well, I mean, in general,
I wanted us to draft him that year, but yeah, no, people thought it was a mistake, but
well, maybe that high or something like that. The thing is, they were ahead of the curve because running backs made a resurgence this year.
Absolutely,
and it has a lot to do with the two deep zone concept defenses are doing, not giving up the big play. So there's a lot more room to run now, and so they were just ahead of the curve.
To your guys' point, though, Detroit had the infrastructure in place to support a dynamic running back. They didn't try to take the running back and then run him into a brick wall.
Right.
So it made a lot of sense for them, and it paid off huge for them. Gibbs is just a hell of a player. I think he's probably the best running back in the NFL. I know that's a crazy statement after watching what Saquon did this year, but if you put Gibbs behind that Philly offensive line in that scheme, I think he would have done just absolute magical things. And he did do magical things this year behind the Detroit line, but he did that with Montgomery taking a ton of snaps away from him this year. Once Montgomery went down, it was almost like their offense was more dangerous with him as the full-time back.
And Drew, I don't know what you thought about it, but me and Skoldock here, we talked about that. It was almost probably a good thing that Montgomery sat for a little bit, just to force the Lions to know that they have to play Gibbs more.
Yeah, no, absolutely, I agree. I think they would be wise to move off of Montgomery and just let Gibbs do his thing full time, in my opinion. Like you said, their offense absolutely was better with him just being back there getting all the carries and just running the show. He can block, he can catch out of the backfield. He's dynamic all the way around. So, I mean, they really don't need Montgomery. He's a luxury at this point.
Yeah, and they just signed him to a 2-year extension. I know we're getting a little off topic, but I mean, even just going from a 50-50 split to more of a 60-40 split with Gibbs being your more predominant back, he's earned that. He's just a damn good pick. But back to our talk with running back, I agree with you, gentlemen, that it's a luxury pick if the right guy's there. I mean, if Gentry's there somehow, some way, which it won't happen, but if he's there at 24, you run that card up. I think that's the best case scenario for the Minnesota Vikings. I don't care if Walter Nolan's on the board. I feel like you take that back. I mean, I was reading stuff today that he's the highest graded running back basically since Adrian Peterson by a lot of accounts. I mean, there's a lot of respect for this kid. But anyways, he won't be on the board there. But so we're focusing on Caleb Johnson, Travion Henderson, the Hampton kid from North Carolina. What's his first name? Do you guys know off the top of your head? I forget. Mario Hampton. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So these are options that we're kind of talking about. And for me personally, I would feel much more comfortable trading back first and then taking the running back with our first selection, whether it's at the first, the end of the first round or even in the second round, just because we only have 4 picks in this draft. And that kind of takes us to the second point where I wanted to take this show, in my opinion, it's almost a necessity that the Vikings trade down with that number 24 overall pick just to accumulate more capital. Because right now with only 4 picks, it's tough, man, to hit on 4 selections in the draft. I think that they absolutely need more picks. And if they don't trade down from 24, you're not really going to get much trading down with that end of the 3rd round comp pick that we're set to get. So I think to do damage, you really have to trade down from 24. And I know I'm going to be talking out of both sides of my mouth here, because if Walter Nolan or Derek Harmon are on the board at that time, I'm be like, run it up there. You know what I mean? So it's going to take some discipline from myself. But what do you guys think about the Vikings? Dave, let's start with you. Just at 24, do you think it's a necessity for them to trade down?
Obviously, I'm all about taking the best player available. But if there's there's like a group of 10, that just you're thinking about, or they're kind of in that grouping. And then now keep in mind, I'm not wanting to take a position in need just to take a position in need, and that's an absolute horrible way to go about drafting. But that it's someone really special has to drop for us to take at 24, and if we feel like there's, you know, like I said, 5 to 10 guys that we can drop 5 to 10 spaces and still get a special player that we feel like would be a good fit. You can kind of bank on. I know this is what happened a while back where the Cowboys decided to trade down, and that was the year we took 3 guys in the 1st round, and the Cowboys dropped down, and then they showed his draft board and showed the 3 players we took, and then we got all 3 players, and they ended up taking a center or something like that. Ended up being a good player, but yeah, it was just, and it turned out it didn't just turn out the greatest for us either. But we had one guy come out of there and out of that draft. But yeah, I just if we can trade down and get someone, still get someone special that fits, unlike taking an outside linebacker, taking a 3-4 linebacker and fitting him into a 4-3 linebacker like we've done in the past. I think trading down would be great. It would really have to be someone special that fell down for us to take at 24, I think.
Yeah, I agree with both of you guys. I think outside of somebody that they just absolutely love in the draft, being there at 24, I feel like you kind of have to trade back. Like if Grant is there though, like you might want to take him, because we kind of did that in 22 when you got Kyle Hamilton and Davis on the board, and you kind of got cute and traded back, like, and you missed out on some really 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 good players. So
That was
outside of
Jordan Davis all the way.
Oh my gosh.
outside of somebody being there that they absolutely love and just feel like it's going to be a plug and play player, a stud, then I feel like you have to kind of trade back and get that extra capital. And then I think it's also going to be contingent on how our free agency goes. Like, what do we do in free agency? How many people did we pick up? How many holes did we fill? And then you kind of go from there.
Guys, I
gotta make a correction. So NFL Buzz does have Travion Henderson running a 4.39. So
he looks like it.
Yeah.
And I think Dalvin Cook is like 4.37 coming out of college. So
yeah,
it's pretty close.
I don't know if I've been this excited for free agency in just a long time.
It's been a while. It's been a while since the Kirk era. It's been a while.
I'm expecting some fireworks, man. Like,
yeah.
You remember back in the day when the free agency kicked off at midnight and you're just staying awake and refreshing your phone, trying to stay up till 2 a.m. to catch those deals. Thank God they moved that to like 3 p.m. Now I'm in my office, been between patients, just refreshing my Twitter over and over. But man, it should be a lot of fun this year. I think they're going to go meat and potatoes, just tons of beef on the lines.
Please go meat and potatoes. Please.
Is there a guy that you've been looking at, Drew?
I like Milton Williams. Like obviously that's everybody's first choice for me. I like Makari from Baltimore as well. Like if we're not gonna go swing for the fences for Trey Smith, like I feel like we should go after guys like that. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of second tier. I feel like
Mhm.
McCarthy's pretty solid. He's played all across the line. I think he would be a good signing for us. Um, it's quite a few guys that I like, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what they do.
Dave likes him some Will Fries, guard
I
from Colts.
I like him too. He's solid, man.
If he's healthy, I think we should.
I tell you
Think
what, there's
we
a
got
lot
a
of good
discount.
guard options. And Dave and I, we've kind of settled on the idea of maybe not going after the big fish and Trey Smith and get two guys.
I
Bring in a
agree.
left and a right.
Yeah, I agree.
Right in the center.
Yeah, I don't think they need to swing for Trey Smith. I'm with you. I'm over the Bradbury thing. I hope they kind of move on from that and make an upgrade there if they can. But
I don't think they will, to be honest.
I,
I'm kind of getting set in my thought there, just with rookie quarterback coming in. I truly
yeah,
believe JJ McCarthy is going to be starting day one. So you're going to want that center with experience calling out the line protections for him mostly. And then just with the idea of two better guards around him, making his job much easier. But I'm the first person to say that you put a big ass nose tackle on him, he's going to get forklifted, and you can only help him so much. So
What do you guys think of the idea of Drew Dahlman from the Falcons? He kind of look so for me. Bradbury is a poor man's Drew Dahlman. He has the same kind of inefficiencies, but he just does the other stuff better than Bradbury. Like he's. I just think he's more technically sound, and he does everything Bradbury can do, but but a little bit better. But he's just. They both are not anchors. They both will have problems with big ass T tackles up front.
yeah, I feel like Doman is going to be too expensive for us.
Yeah,
at the center position, I don't think they're going to go that route. I don't even.
yeah.
Think,
You got a poor man guy for half as much. It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah, I agree. And the backup Michael Jurgens, he got just also forklifted in the preseason. He wasn't strong enough. I think he's going to need another season of conditioning before he's truly ready to play in the NFL. So to me, it's, can you draft a guy maybe in the 5th round, or if you trade back and get a pick in the 6th or something, can you draft a guy that has a little more sand in his pants and can push Bradbury for starting time at the beginning of the year? Otherwise, just rock with Bradbury for one more year and look into free agency next year to beef up the center position.
Yeah, I kind of think that's what they're going to do.
and it would help having a road grader beside him and stuff like that, or a big ass guard that can handle like stunts a little bit better than what we had in the with Ed Ingram. But our line wasn't bad, but it could be so much better. And losing Darisaw was a big loss, and I think we both kind of agree that it hurt when Darisaw left. It hurt Brandel losing him.
Yeah, tremendously. I mean, we can't overstate how big of a loss Darisaw was. He's a top 3 to 5 player at a top 3 NFL position, and he made everyone's
because the injury has not made
easier.
the Pro Bowl yet.
That's crazy.
It's definitely saying that he hasn't been in the Pro Bowl yet, but he'll get there.
Yeah. Well, what say you, gentlemen? Should we fire up our first mock draft?
Man, let's do it.
All right. This is the first time me using this site, so bear with me. Where did I put it? Shit.
You're good.
Where did I? Oh, I put it over here. Okay. Let me put it here. All right. So there we go. And anybody want in the comment section to you shout, pop out what you think we should do on some stuff here. So all rounds, we barely have any picks. So enter solo draft, normal speed. All right. It's already going. It's already going.
Obviously, we're not trading up, so we're just
Bill
going to sit back and enjoy the show. Yeah, Genty at 12 to the Cowboys. That's very common. I think the Bears traded up from the 2nd round real high to get.
Oh
wait,
shit!
whoa! You didn't click the Vikings.
Over. I don't know. I guess I didn't select our team. Sorry.
Yeah.
Again,
okay.
First time using this. All right. Let's try this again. Who did we take? I didn't see. Yeah, let me.
I don't think it was anybody we really wanted.
I didn't pick our team. Let me
Yeah.
go slow. Let me go slow on this.
I would just back out.
I did.
Oh, I'm still seeing picks populate. I don't know what.
Yeah.
Oh, you are.
Here,
let me get rid of that. Sorry. Let me present. Share screen. Production value. Right. There we go. So it's going. Travis Hunter, Bengals. Kelvin Banks, tackle. The Saints. Mikael Williams, the Bears. Tyler Booker. Oh. To San Fran. Cowboys take Terrio McMillan. Okay. Did you see a running back go? Did Gentry go?
Dave, I hate to do this. Would you be able to restart it one more time and set it on fast?
Yeah. Well, I can. I think I might be able to
change it during the draft. Otherwise, we'll be waiting a long time here.
Let me try this.
There
okay, it just lets me do that.
And then click fast. And then let's do, hold on. And then
I turned that down to slow. You want me to just do normal?
You can do
that was slow.
Normal's fine. Let's go up, click 7 though. We're gonna do 7 round mock. Yep. There we go.
I had it on 7. Yeah.
Perfect.
All right, what happened here? Okay.
All right, Shadur goes 1, Travis, Cam Ward, Abdul Carter. All right, here we go. Now we're cooking with gas, fellas. Bears take a safety at 10. That would be terrible.
Wow.
Bears going to take a tackle at 10, in my opinion.
Either that or a running
so we got a trade offer.
All right. So let's hide these offers for a second. So top right of that box, let's click on hide. And let's just take a look at the board real quick and see who's on the board. So looking at the board, we got Walter Nolan available. We got Kenneth Grant available.
I see Grant there. I would take Grant at 24 if it was me, but I know we need to trade back.
Can we scroll down a little bit? That Bear in corner or / safety from Texas, very multiple type of player who can play all the positions in the secondary.
Yeah, Brian Flores will have a lot of fun with him.
You got Omarion Hampton there. Let's scroll down a little bit more. Just kind of seeing at some of the names here. So I mean, I'm happy with a trade back here to look at our offers. But to your point, Drew, Kenneth Grant or Walter Nolan, if they decided to pull the trigger on either of those prospects, I am game. Like those are two guys I am definitely happy to take. Looks like Derek Harmon went 22 right ahead of us there. That's another guy that I'm looking at. He had more pressures this last year in college footballs than any other defensive tackle.
Yeah, I like Harmon as well. Let's see what our trade offers are.
Yeah. All right, so the Saints want us to drop all the way back to 40. For me, that's way too far. So I would click next.
Oh, yeah, they're
again.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Okay, so
this is good.
This is a good one. I would absolutely do this. So we're swapping 24.
Not getting extra picks though, but definitely better picks.
Better picks. I agree. So I would personally take this offer, just to get us that higher pick, number 61 there.
We can counter.
Yeah, you can try to counter.
Get an extra pick.
I would try to see if we can keep our 140 and just have them give us 61 if possible.
Okay.
Now, I don't know how many, I know the website I use, you could do it like 3 times, but yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yep. Let's hit confirm.
Oh,
rejected. Let's reject that one.
Okay.
There you go. That's fine. That's fine. Let's counter one more time.
But
let's get rid of 140.
161.
Let's I was thinking let's ask for 79 and 148 and get rid of 61. So we're getting more capital.
Okay.
See if they take. Will you guys agree with that?
I'm fine with that.
And it's 3 picks to their 1 though. You want to
Yeah,
add
because they're
161?
no, because they're late picks. I've seen this kind of thing where you get a 4th and a 5th for dropping
Okay.
back. Let's see what they say. Yeah.
Ah, good
Hey,
job.
Okay, so they
Good
took
job.
Walter Nolan there. So here,
All
to
right.
me, I mean, we can look
Hyde.
at our offers, but right now, I'd be pissed off if they did not take Kenneth Grant.
yeah, if Grant is
Okay.
still there, you trade back and get extra, you gotta take him.
But let's just see what the offers say, just a curiosity.
Dallas 44.
Way too far.
Lions
Okay, so
32.
So the Lions want to come up for Kenneth Grant. That's
we're
my
only getting
opinion.
a 101.
Yeah, no, I'm not trading with the Lions.
No.
That didn't go that well for us last time we did that.
Brett Holmes.
Get to 32. Or yeah.
Hang up on him. Let's roll with our guy Kenneth Grant, right?
All right.
Now, just real quick, Tyleek Williams is there. To me, he's a great run defender, but he does not offer much as a pass rusher. Kenneth Grant doesn't have the best like pass rush win rate, but he collapses pockets and he causes pressure. So to me, I think his ceiling is a player like Dexter Lawrence, a big ass nose tackle who just dominates in the middle and can be a tough block. He's not there yet, but that's why I like Kenneth Grant, because I think he can just disrupt interior pockets, but also stop the run.
Do you think he's down here because of his his motor? Like he gets tired. He's not going to be able to play a huge amount of downs early in his career until he gets a win behind him. Is he think that's maybe why he's down this far, or no?
I just think it's a deep defensive line class, which is going to push him down. And also, he's more of a nose tackle than he is like a penetrating 3-tech. That's why we saw Walter Nolan go. We saw Derek Harmon go already. I think
he's still young too, man. This guy's young.
What do you think, Drew?
I think it's because his like his lack of pass rush ability, but I do think if we put him in our defense with Grenard and Van Ginkel and then Turner, I feel like that's only going to help him get even better at just.
You just kind of need him to collapse a pocket, right?
That's it, and he
then,
can.
And then the angles are there.
Yeah, absolutely. I would take this 100%.
And then we could still go get a guy later in the draft, like a Darius Alexander, like a type of 3 technique, who wins with quickness rather than like this. So we don't have to be done. And by the way, we should have stated before we started the draft, I meant to do this. For this draft, let's go on the presumption that we've signed 2 interior offensive linemen, at least 1 defensive lineman. So let's say Milton Williams, right? So now we're pairing Milton Williams, our pass rusher, with this guy. I mean, we're cooking with gas, right?
Sure.
Let's say that we've signed 2 corners. So we've kind of taken care of most of our needs, so we can go best player available. But I'd say that running back is still a very big need that we need to address. So I would still, say offensive line, cornerback, defensive line, running back are our main needs here.
Did we sign a safety?
I didn't specify that. Let's say Harrison Smith comes back. Theo Jackson is probably going to play a bigger role. So safety's a need.
Okay.
In my projection, I'm letting Cam
Bynum
walk. Yeah.
Pause a little bit here and show you what's gone so far.
Yeah. So the biggest thing that I'm seeing is that Omarion Hampton is still on the board. Travion Henderson's still on the board. So I'm looking at running back probably right now for our next pick. And I see a lot of names that I like. TJ Sanders is another defensive tackle I really like. Deion Walker. So it's like, but we just took our big nose tackle. I don't think we would double up like that right away. I think that we'd be looking at running back. What are you guys thinking?
I agree. I think the next pick should be running back, depending on who's there.
Look at this, Trevian.
I don't think those guys are going to be there at this point in the draft, though. But
all right.
Yeah, I mean, it's a deep class, so some of these guys, in my opinion, just have to fall. Probably Judkins.
Yeah, Judkins will probably be there, but I think Hampton and Henderson might be gone before then.
Uh-oh.
We lose one? There's Travion Henderson. All right, pause it.
Oh, look at that. What?
Oh, there goes another one. I said pause it just to make sure we didn't want to trade up, but We lost some guys there. There's still some running backs later on. I like
Scatterbo's still-
ETN's little brother, RJ Harvey. I like a lot.
Oh, look at Washington took Trayvon Henderson.
Yeah, dude, that's going to be a sick dynamic with
Yeah,
Henderson and Daniels.
That would be nasty.
All right.
Let's resume it and get to our pick here.
Oh, and these are people we can trade with, I guess, or something. I don't
Oh,
know.
no, that just means the pick has
those have been traded picks.
Yeah.
Okay, resume draft. All right. See who's available.
Let's see here. A lot of people like Cam Scatabo. I honestly don't know much about him. I think he's just like his game is he's a bruiser.
Man, he's okay. I like Gordon.
Let's see best available. I really like the physical specimen that is Deion Walker, but since we went with Kenneth Grant, I just think that we have to go away from another defensive tackle, especially since we're on the assumption that we signed a defensive tackle in free agency.
Let's see.
No guards are really jumping out to me right here. Centers are way down the board. Yeah, nothing really at wide receiver that's catching my eye. Let's go back to
wide receiver. I would either go with Walker or best running back available.
what's our trade down option? Dropping down to 84 and then getting a future. Nah.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
That's the only offer we got.
Yeah, I'd reject that. Well,
We can offer a trade.
go back to all. Click on show me. There you go.
Look at defense at corner.
What about safeties? Billy Bowman, I've heard a little bit about him, but honestly, I don't know too much about him. At this point, I might be thinking Scatabo, the running back. What do you think, Drew?
I like Scatterbo. He's physical, man. He's hard nosed. I feel like we need that physicality in our offense. I feel like we've been a little too finesse since KOC's been there. So I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to getting a little more physical. I like him. I think Ollie Gordon would be a good physical back in our offense as well, as long as we upgrade the interior offensive line. But I'm fine with either one of those running backs. So.
Dave, click on that little notepad next to Scatabo's name, just on the left side where it says draft there. Yeah, he's 225, 5'10", 225. So he's built low to the ground, and he's a big dude.
Draft Buzz got him running a 4.62.
Yeah, it's kind of like Toby Gerhardt-ish. You know what I mean? Like he's going to be you need 5, I'll get you 4. You need 3, I'll get you 4 type of guy.
What's he doing?
Yeah, if y'all want to go Scatterbo here, we could. I feel like he would help in the red zone. We don't got to throw the ball on the 5-yard line.
I say I'd go Scatterbo here. I like what you said. This is going to improve our red zone offense. And then later in the draft, I'm looking at somebody with a little bit more juice to be the lightning to his thunder. So I'm looking at maybe somebody like ETN or RJ Harvey or something down the board.
Yeah, if Harvey or ETN is still there, especially Harvey, I like Harvey a lot. If he's still there later, I would definitely go Harvey.
So you want me to go with the running back?
I like Kobe Bryant I would go with the running back here. Cam Scatabo. There we go. Welcome to the Minnesota Vikings, Cam. Kyron Lacey's going to jail.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get drafted.
I'd reject that.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
All right. What do we got here? That Omar Lott guy, he's someone who, if I'm not wrong, he can rush the passer a little bit from Tennessee, that defensive tackle. 6'5", 335, rare blend of size, power, and agility.
Big
Explosive quickness with exceptional strength to dominate leverage battles. Shit, dude, you can't have
It's
too
funny
many
they
of those.
list him at 315, but in the writing it says 335.
True. Can't have too many of those.
Yeah.
The Eagles just showed you, man. You can never have too many of those kind of guys.
Let's scroll down a little bit, Dave, see what else is there. There's a safety. There's a couple safeties there. I don't know, man. I think with just the importance of interior pressure, I think you take as many shots as you can take.
What about Jared Wilson?
Jared Wilson.
Georgia
Oh,
guy.
yeah, the center. Okay.
Replace Bradbury.
There you go. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
6'3", 310.
Big boy.
High upside starter in the NFL. I like that.
That's a good
When's our next pick? Do you know? Can you go to my picks on the left of draft results up here? So just above our Vikings logo, right there.
Yeah, we got 97, 140,
Next is
148,
140.
161.
I don't know if he's going to be on the board there. I would take the center here.
Yeah, let's get Bradbury out of there, man. I'm tired of seeing
Yeah. Good pick, Drew.
Into the quarterback.
Yep.
Which one are we taking?
Jared Wilson.
There we go. And then we got a long wait.
Somehow Kobe Bryant is there. That's my guy, but he's probably not going to make it all the way there.
Yeah, I don't think he will either.
Feisty corner.
Yeah, I like Kobe.
There he goes.
Atlanta.
Darius Alexander. Ooh, that's another guy I like. Defensive tackle, 125th ranked right there. Ooh, he's on the board too. Click on Darius Alexander's profile. 6'4", 304. This guy is, so he went to Toledo, small school, but he's a big man that moves like a small man. I mean, he is quick, just explosive, gets quick pressure. That would be something I'm interested in here, unless we see something else. If you guys see like a corner you like.
You know, he's starting to get a little bit of buzz. I kind of like him. I want to I mean, like we said before, man, I don't think you can have too many of those guys in the middle just collapsing the pocket and causing pressure up the middle.
That's going to be my vote. None of these corners are really jumping off the page to me. 6'1", 200 is good size. I just don't know much about him.
So which one are you thinking?
Darius Alexander, ranked 125 there.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Boom. Another meat and potatoes. And we're going to have another pick here.
48 here.
Just for my knowledge, can you click on 144 CJ West? So click on the notepad next to his name. I want to see if they have a write-up to your right there, Dave. 144 CJ West. Not draft, but there you go. 6'1", 314. Earned an invite to the Shrine Bowl, was dominant. He's excels at nose tackle, excellent hand accuracy, block shedding ability, creating leverage and passing downs, plugging gaps. I mean, this just shows you how deep this defensive tackle class is. But this is another name that Thor threw out, said he really likes this guy. So just a name for us to know. We're not going to go this route because we've settled our interior defensive tackle depth through the draft already. But let's see. There's a safety from Virginia. How big is that Jabbar Muhammad corner? 148 rank out of Oregon.
Small guy.
Yeah, he's real small.
Probably a slot guy.
Well, if we're letting Byron Murphy go, then we're rocking Mekhi Blackman and Nudie and two other corners that we signed. Might be worth a roll of the dice here, getting another guy who can play in the nickel. So I wouldn't mind that type of corner pick there. Click on Luke Kandra, offensive guard. Go down a little bit. Luke, he's 154. 6'5", 318. Big dude out of Cincy. A guard option later draft. Don't know much about him.
I feel like you can't have too many guards either, especially in our offense.
And let's look at the running backs here. So Dylan Sampson's a good running back. I think I've seen people kind of compare him to the guy from New Orleans. What's his name? Kamara, a little bit.
Yeah, Sampson, he's super explosive. I like him. I wouldn't be opposed to taking him here.
Okay.
Martinez is kind of a banger. I kind of like Martinez a little bit as well, but I think I would take Sampson over Martinez.
So who do you like between RJ Harvey at UCF versus Dylan Sampson?
Oh no, I would take RJ Harvey here.
Okay.
Everybody's comparing him to Bucky Brooks. I think he's he's gonna be a solid pro.
For some reason, they have him way down here. He's gonna go earlier.
Yeah, there's no way he's gonna fall that far.
I would just take RJ right here. Welcome to Minnesota.
Harvey.
Yep. Now we got our Thunder and Lightning. Let's go.
Let's go.
Does he return?
He probably could. Devin Neal's a running back that Thor loves. He's that 202 rank there. All right, last pick of the draft here, guys.
Should we go back in the trenches, or are we getting the safety corner, which I want to do?
Ooh, Jake Majors is still there. He's a center from Texas. We took a center already.
Yeah. I was kind of like looking for a big
corner. Yeah,
corner.
Like a tall one.
Yeah. 5'10", 6'1", BJ Adams from.
He's a rail though.
UCF.
Another sneaky position that a lot of people probably
6'1", 212.
He's a big dude.
I would say linebacker.
Yeah.
Cashman and Ivan Pace get kind of banged up a little bit.
Yeah.
If
I think Cody. Yeah, Lindenberg.
I would pair him up with those guys just because he's a stud, and like Cashman and Pace get nicked up a little bit, so I wouldn't be opposed to going Lindenberg here if
totally agree with you, and going to be a core special teams guy. That's important. Thor is big on selecting this guy at the end of every draft. He loves this guy. So Cody Lindenberg, send the pick in.
Let's go, Minnesota Vikings. Keep him home.
Man, I like what we did, guys.
Yeah, no, I think we had a good draft.
What just happened? All right.
Somebody call up Quasi and let him see this real quick.
So go to my picks while the draft is finishing here. So we traded down from 24 to 29, and we picked up 79 and 140, which got us our starting running back probably next year, and Cam Scatterbo, or at least the guy who's going to be a big part of the running game next year. And then we picked up at 97 with our comp pick, Jared Wilson, who will be able to push Garrett Bradbury for playing time week 1. That, like, we asked for a guy with more sand in his pants. There he is, right? Mm-hmm. And then Darius Alexander, a guy to pair with Kenneth Grant, our first-round pick. I mean, he could be a rotational guy on third down in his first year, just trying to get pressure if Kenneth Grant has to come off the field. If you're looking for faster type guys, pairing with somebody like Milton Williams, who we expect the Vikings to sign. And then you got RJ Harvey, who's just kind of your home run hitter and can be more of a third down back than Scatterbo. And then ending that with just a good, solid linebacker pick. I mean, I love that draft. That's chef's kiss.
Yeah, that's a solid draft right there. I like it.
Dave, what do you think?
I'm not in love with the running back, but I makes sense. I want a guy. I want a guy with speed, but I do see the need for short yardage and goal line. So I don't think it's a horrible pick by any
You got some
means.
homework. Go watch some Cam
Yeah,
Scatterbrain.
I gotta go look, and then I will after this. In fact,
But that's
I'm
game.
taking a picture of it. How did we do? I'll here we go. Taking a picture of it.
that's why we made it a point though to go get that guy who has more home run ability later in the draft. And we made a pick like that. We knew we
yeah.
were going to get,
Yeah.
the lightning to his thunder, because I agree with you. He can't be your entire, offense. He's got a role. He's the David Montgomery,
Right.
of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So
I definitely like that draft.
let's look at some of our comments here. Kenneth Grant, do not pass. So Dylan was happy that we got Kenneth Grant, and Daniel was as well. He was happy with the start. They were begging us to take Kobe Bryant at some point. I do like Kobe Bryant. I like him.
Yeah, I think that came out, but we weren't picking for a while, so it wasn't gonna happen.
Daniel made a good point. He said, Harrison Phillips, your job is changing. And so if you take Kenneth Grant, he is now your zero technique. He's lining up on the center. And that's going to push Harrison Phillips out to the 5 technique. And that's his more natural position. So
Yeah.
I think you're actually, and Thor is a big component of this. I hear him talking about this all the time. That you're improving 2 positions at once when you take Kenneth Grant. And I like that idea a lot.
Absolutely.
Did you want to do another scenario where we don't get Kenneth Grant?
No.
No?
Nah, dude. I think that's a chef's kiss, and that's our 1.0. We lock it in.
Like Kenneth Grant. I don't want to see a scenario where he's not a Viking.
Now, to everybody's point here, corner is a serious issue, but the draft won't fix that. That says Daniel. I agree. So let's say in this scenario that we signed Asante Samuel Jr. and I don't know, cornerback number 2. Let's say we didn't get DJ Reed, but we got somebody like
what about
Umbagale or whatever his name is, right?
Yeah.
Like a middle tier. My thing is with Flores is I trust him to kind of figure that out with pressure and making sure that the ball's coming out fast and the corners aren't just getting toasted. I don't know if there's a perfect way to fix your cornerback situation with them needing this many guys going into next year. That's more of a 2027 issue, in my opinion. That's just me, though. What do you guys think?
I feel like if you do address the trenches the way we need to, I feel like that's going to help your corners because they don't have to cover as long when you're getting pressure up the middle and then you got Grenard and the other guys getting pressure on the outside. You're not going to have to cover for that long, so you don't need that superstar at corner. Like, I feel like Flores will be able to figure it out and work with the guys that we have.
That's a hell of a point. I mean, you know who? So 2 of the top graded corners this season. You know what the number 1 graded corner was in the NFL this year?
Who was it?
Cooper DeJean.
Wow.
And then their other cornerback was his name
Quinyon Mitchell.
Quinyon Mitchell, thanks. He was top 10 too. Do you think they're that damn good? I mean, they're good players, but do you think they're that damn good?
But it's the pressure, man. It's that line. It's the trenches, and I feel like if we address that the way we did in our mocks, then I think corner will be fine with. I mean, I'm not gonna say with whoever back there. You don't want scrubs, but
you can't have Asher Allen back there.
No.
No, but I totally agree with you, man. Yeah, I'm just guys in the comments. Do you have any other concerns with the draft? Would you have gone a different direction? To me, again, I think it's imperative that you do trade down with that first pick, because if we end up with 4 picks, it's like you're just asking. You got to just thread a needle. You know what I mean? With 4 picks, it's very easy for that to blow up in your face, and then Kwesi's just on the hot seat even more than he is now. He's got to nail this draft. He needs more, darts to throw.
Yeah, so if he crushes free agency again, I think it'll be a little bit less pressure on him. So he's gonna have to kind of crush free agency the way he did last year. But I agree. I think, like I said, barring anybody special being there at 24, I feel like you kind of got to trade back.
Too evil to hope. I think he's just trolling, but he says no quarterback question mark. I don't think we have enough picks to pick a quarterback.
Trolling.
Oh man, where do y'all think Darnold goes?
The
Raiders?
conspiracy theorist in me says he's going to the Rams, and I don't know where Stafford goes in that scenario.
The Giants thing doesn't make any sense to me. They're not in
No.
any way, shape, or form in contention. So why do you want to go spend the last couple of years of your career in New York where they're pretty much trash right now? I just that doesn't make any sense to me. But I don't know.
Daniel's probably right. I mean, the Raiders got to be the favorite, in my opinion. They're in a
Yeah.
tough spot, being at number 7 overall in the draft. Like, do they really want to hope that one of those quarterbacks falls? Do they really want to trade the farm for one of these two guys who I don't really think are good enough to trade the farm for?
Right.
Or do you want to roll with Sam Darnold? So that's probably the right answer.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait till free agency, man. I want to see where all the chips fall.
It's going to be so much fun. We don't have that much longer to wait either.
Yeah, it's
So
coming.
I'm watching Cam's Scattaboo tape right now.
What do you think?
Runs with a good pad level. He's
Yeah, he does.
stocky as fuck in the lower half.
He's
Yeah.
a banger. He's a banger.
He's not easy to bring down.
No, he can catch the football too.
Yeah, and he has hands.
He might fix our red zone issues, man.
Yep. Imagine if this team can run the damn football inside the 10-yard line. My God. It's gross.
Head might explode if it does.
Oh, and that's and he can throw the ball.
No more trick play.
Yeah. Yeah, he underthrew him badly though.
Oh.
But that was actually how he got open. Yeah, I mean, damn.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad pick for where we got him.
Don't let him go to
Got a
Chicago
low center
with
of
Ben
gravity.
Johnson.
Dude's got a low center of gravity, man. He's looks hard
He's tough to take down, man. Yeah, he is. No, I bet a lot of money that the Vikings are coming away with the running back in this draft. Like they have to.
It might be too, depending on if they trade back and what we do in free agency. I don't think Aaron Jones is going.
Well, I think we might draft one and then worry about it in UDFA.
That could be too, because a lot of guys might get pushed out of the draft with how deep it is.
And Kwesi has done that.
The other scenario that I want to explore in one of these mocks coming up is dropping down out of the first round completely, but not too far, like into the top part of the second, and then rolling with like a Caleb Johnson or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Taking a running back in the top of the second and seeing how that kind of plays out. And then you take some guys like, CJ West or some of these defensive tackles who are that second tier in the second, third, fourth rounds.
That
See
wouldn't
how
be
we like that. But I love this draft, dude. Cam Scatabo at 79, that was kind of the one where I'm like, are we reaching a little bit there? But when you look at what he can offer the offense and take pressure off of Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson, I think it's worth it.
Yeah,
you have to punish the defense.
The goal line and short yardage. And this guy could catch. I just saw him do a stop and go route on the outside. I think it was a cornerback, and he beat him down the field and caught it in stride. It was a sweet catch. This guy can catch the ball.
I think his play speed's better than what he'll test at.
Yeah.
But the way defenses have been playing us, especially this past year, like we gotta be able to fix the run game, and we gotta be able to punish them for, like you were saying, for playing us the way that they do. We gotta be able to capitalize on that.
There's so much too high safety that we throw into for the sake of throwing into because we have Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson. You got to be able to just run that shit for 5-10 yards a pop.
Absolutely.
Until they get out of that.
Yeah, especially if you're going to be starting a first-year quarterback with J.J. McCarthy. Like, you want to help him out as much as possible. You don't want him throwing the ball 40 times a game, every single game.
I agree. I know Kwesi's getting some punches thrown in the comments here, but I'm excited to see what they can do, man.
Yeah.
They don't have a lot of capital, but it seems like the draft matches up well in terms of where the depth is of this draft and where the needs are for the Vikings. So I'm excited. I think they can do some damage and find some good starters. I've seen a lot about how the draft really falls flat in terms of the talent from around pick 20 to pick like 75. Like there's not a lot of difference between those two picks. So we can get a couple picks in that range. We can get a couple starters.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm excited to see what they do, man. It's going to be a lot of pressure on Kwesi, but hopefully that just makes him step up his game, man. We definitely got to get better with drafting. Hopefully he crushes free agency again, and then we can just keep building this thing.
Yes, sir. So, Dave, now that you've watched the little Cam, you feeling better about the pick?
Yes.
Okay, good.
He is a bowling ball.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he's a banger.
Drew, that's going to conclude our episode for today, our 1.0. So happy that you were a part of it. You were a great addition to the show tonight. Any closing remarks that you have?
Nah, man, I just appreciate y'all for having me on, man. I'm glad that I could be a part of this thing, man, and excited to see where everything goes. Hopefully we can get on. Hopefully I can get on with y'all again, and we can talk some more Vikings football in the future.
Absolutely. We will have you on again. You were an awesome guest tonight.
Yeah,
it's
I
a
know
lot
a
of
guy.
fun.
Thank you.
You know a guy.
Thank you.
I know a guy. John.
Dave, any closing remarks from you, sir?
No, man, those yeah, I'd be happy with that. The first pick we got exactly what we've been wanting for years, and I obviously got to take a lot more look at some players here, and that's how I did it last year. Was just going through these mock drafts and just looking up players and watching them. Yeah, I would. The thing I miss would be like a bigger corner. That's the kind of thing I would want to look for if we can. We had it with Kyrie Jackson. I'm so sad about that.
Sucks.
Yeah, man, it's tough, man.
Yeah, he was going to be I thought he was going to be our key CB1.
Such a good kid too.
Yeah.
His story was awesome.
Yeah, he turned a corner in life and found motivation. Gave up video games. So,
if you're drinking and driving, call an Uber. Call Dave. If you're in the Fort Lauderdale area, call Dave. He'll come get your ass.
Skoldock might take up the keys again.
Look, if you're in Maryland, just call me, man. I'm right down the street.
That's how we honestly, Drew. That's how we first met. Is he was talking shit about Kirk Cousins a little? No, he was going after a guy that was a Kirk Cousins fan a little bit. And I said, dude, you're a doctor. And he goes, no, I'm an Uber driver. I'm like, funny. And he goes, I'm one just like Skullbro. And I'm like, dude, I'm an Uber driver.
Yep. So between graduating residency and starting my job, there's like 3 months of just sitting at home, and my wife was like, get the fuck out of here. Go drive Uber, do something, get out of this house. So I went and I drove Uber, and I met a lot of cool people, made some money while I was doing it, and I had a good time.
Nice.
All right, guys. Well, that concludes our show. Thanks for joining us for the mock 1.0. Really thought that it turned out great. We're going to keep these rolling. We're probably going to get through, 5.0, 6.0 through the offseason, and we're definitely going to have Drew back over some point of the offseason here. So thanks again, sir, for joining House Calls with Skull Doc. We will catch everybody later. Skull Vikes.
Go.